Good morning. Good morning. Breaking news, everybody. Breaking news here this morning. Obviously, it's looking like Wike has been able to persuade Atiku, to remove Iyocha Hayu when Atiku went to London. This is as a result of the meeting they had in London. It's like, for example, you have a girlfriend, you and that girlfriend is having crisis, and then you see that two guys are already trying to woo your girlfriend. What will you do? You will run back to that girlfriend. So this is exactly what happened in Wike and Atiku's case. you know Atiku knew that Tinubu's side and Peter Obi's side, they are both wooing Wike, and at the end of the day, if he doesn't try and do something, those people are going to succeed. So Atiku had to run down to London, in a last minute attempt to plead with Wike to see if Wike can be able to stay in the party and ultimately work for him. Without further ado, guys, before we go into the details of today's news, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so right now. Please do so. We are not fighting, we are friends. Obviously, for you to be able to watch till this stage, it means you like what you're listening to. So why not just go ahead and subscribe? The subscribe button is the red button down below. Give this video a massive thumbs up. Most importantly, turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notified when we post a new video. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the details of today's news. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, is under immense pressure from his loyalists following reports that he has yielded to the demand by Rivers State Governor Nelson Wike for the removal of the PDP National Chairman Iyocha Hayu. It was gathered in Abuja on Friday that a number of agreements were arrived at after the face-off meeting between Atiku and Wike in London. Part of the agreement, it was learnt, was that Ayu should be given a dignified exit and accommodated in the new PDP government when it is formed. The Wike camp equally extracted a commitment from Atiku to be allowed to produce Ayu's replacement, and that the person should be from the southwest zone. It is, however, unclear if Atiku yielded to the demand by Wike's camp to serve for a single term to allow for power shift to the south, to assuage feelings of betrayal of Southerners. The Wike camp, which outnumbered the Atiku camp 2-1 at the London meeting, was also able to extract a commitment from the PDP candidates to produce the Senate president and some principal officers of the National Assembly. What did I say yesterday? I already said it yesterday that I know that Wike is going to come prepared. It's going to come with some terms and conditions for them to, make an agreement for Wike to be able to work for Atiku. And this is it. This is how politicians do. Before they agree to do anything for you, in exchange for a particular position, you need to give them some number of slots. So I think this is what happened. Members of the Wike camp will also be appointed into yet to be agreed key ministerial positions, as well as the headship of federal parastatals and agencies if they win the 2023 general elections. In return, the Wike camp agreed to play a pivotal role in marketing the Atiku Okowa ticket and providing logistics for the general campaign. A source familiar with the development, who confided in Saturday News, said it was also agreed that media hostilities should cease, and this was largely responsible for the statement Atiku caused his media office to issue on Thursday. Atiku was left with little room to negotiate. He was outnumbered, and the open solicitation by the candidate of the Labour Party and the All Progressive Congress, Mr. Peter Obi and Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, did not help matters. What did I tell you? I told you that it was because Atiku saw that, hey, if I do not do something on time, these people are going to end up, cajoling Wike, and then Wike is gone forever. And Wike, don't forget, Wike is a very strong person. That is why anywhere you find yourself, my brothers and sisters, make sure you have an impact. Don't just be a figurehead, because if you are a figurehead, all this cajoling and all these beggings will not even happen if Wike is a figurehead, if he's just one weak member, because they will just feel like if he wants to go, let him go. When he's in the party itself, no impact. So anything you want to do, please do. Nobody will even send him. But because they know that Wike is a very strong man, he has a lot of influence on rivers, on the people of Rivers State, even some states in the middle belt also as well. So they know that losing Wike will actually cost them the 2023 election. So that is why they are making all this effort. And then the key thing here for us to note is that if they get into power, all these conditions that they are making for themselves, if I work for you, the Senate, the house, president of the Senate, you will give me that ministerial positions, blah blah blah. The clause there is if they eventually get into power. If they don't get into power, all those conditions, all those things, that one, it has gone film down the drain. And another thing to also consider is now that Atiku, we don't know that, okay, this is it. Atiku went there alone. He did not go there with anybody. So it might have been difficult for him to, be able to argue his point, on Wike's side. Wike had 3 people on his side, plus him making 4. Those people might have been able to argue their points more strongly than Atiku would have done. We don't know that maybe when it gets to Nigeria, things will change, and now you will say, no, I am not stepping down. No, that is not happening. And all these promises here, promises there. At the end of the day, even when he gets into power, he can still choose not to comply with those promises, not to do them. So fingers crossed. Anything that happens, we shall be giving you updates on this channel. Please don't forget, I hope you have subscribed to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.